up, boys? Today we're going to be freezing everything except for my PC, hopefully. So the game seems to have gotten some pretty good performance improvements recently, so we are going to be putting that to the test with a full freezing bullet hell build here. We're going to be stacking these stats that help us freeze and hit enemies a lot more frequently, and then we're going to be keeping our damage fairly low, although not avoiding it entirely, so fire rate's good. We want reload speed and potency once we get the damage conversion, hopefully. And also piercing would be a great stat to hit more enemies and keep them frozen. Let's get a bit of movement speed for the early game. For the other weapons, I definitely want the boomerang to collect resources for us all around the screen. And that will also give us the light reload upgrade available. And then I'm thinking probably the crossbow as well. We can eventually add a cryo bolt to that, and then at level 18 we can potentially have it fire the last shot in a Nova, which will fit pretty well with what we're trying to do with the starter weapon.
Supply pod LZ is full of crap. Please clear it out.
Not too sure other than that. I guess the cryo grenade would be pretty good, but we can't really combine that with the other stuff. Not really feeling any of these. Subata's okay. We kind of want to go more into the light weapons, I think. The Shanka, we can work with that. Oh yeah, I guess we could get the plasma charger from the driller. It's kind of a weird light weapon, but it does have a freezing overclock you can add to it at some point. Recon Scout's dodge passive is honestly quite nice, and we can grab the Chemist Kit for 15% potency. Not sure on that, we can probably grab it later. Let's just grab the pills, I guess, for a bit of sustain for now. Reload speeds, fire rates. The blue artifacts seem pretty easy to get usually, so I'm not too concerned about grabbing that right now since it won't really improve the damage of the build a whole lot. A little bit on the crossbow, but probably nothing else, I think. Ooh, nice XP. Oh yeah, the cryo grenade, I was talking about that. We could grab that to mine out the salt for us, and then that could give us a lot of extra resources with a scanner, if we ever find any of those. But if I get the boomerang, I don't think I want to do that, because then we're getting throwable stuff. Big fire rate is fantastic. So it's an either or on those two weapons, I think. Shellback. Let's see if we can get some damage on him. I don't think we can really run through there. About to go for some of the rocks. Fire rate is great. Try and weaken that a bit while he's rolling around, and then we'll save it for once he stops, hopefully. I got it too low, and then I couldn't get around it in time. Alright, next up, we'll try some detonators on him at some point. There's a good amount of XP over here as well. We can probably get a few levels. Reload is good to go with all that fire rates. Probably not right there. Zukov actually is pretty good. Those are both pretty similar. We'll take a damage because it gets me an overclock right now. No electrical, so we'll go with the massive stats for it. Damage again. We'll take a bit of pickup radius to help collect the XP here. Okay, Okay, looks like we got lucky with some of those explosions. Status, not really. I guess we'll take the nice reload speed. Carbine does have a freezing overclock, but I don't really want to get medium upgrades now. Stubby is decent at debuffing, but it would prevent us from getting the boomerang. I'm gonna see what else we have. Okay, we can try out the plasma charger then. Reload works. Projectile damage. I think I'm gonna take the level so we can get to overclocks a bit faster. If it's just plain damage. Reload does work. Let's get a bit of mining speed. I think both of those do fire at the... yeah, precise. So both of those do fire at the highest HP enemy, which helps out a bit. Oh, he died over there. We need to try and grab that XP. Reload, reload. We'll take the Zukov, try and find the cryo conversion for that. And also get it up to 18 as soon as possible. I will take a big reload for all the light weapons. Reload, we'll take that over damage. Potency, reload, both are fine. And then there's the cryo bolts. We do want the massive stats for the second overclock on that one, hopefully.
You made short work of stage 1. Well done, miner.
We have a decent amount of nitra, so definitely take some cheap ones there, and that's some pretty efficient levels. I grab that, we don't have a ton left, and I'd like to save a little bit for the Zukov here. Mining, we can take both of these for some nice levels on it, and the cryo conversion, nice, just in time. I don't think I'm going to lock it damage since we're mainly going for like fire rate and reload for it. Take a bit of armor. Paint job would help push it to 18, but I think we're heavily focusing that one anyways.
That's work to be done. Up and at 'em, miner.
Oh, we actually can't really go the boomerang with the crossbow since those are both electrical. We could still grab the cryo grenade actually. That would just give us cryo damage, which would be fine.
Temporary work. You've achieved your objective in a record time.
Damage, fire rate. Let's take a blue pickup radius this early on. No artifacts. I think I will take a purple paint job just to get the level 18 overclock for that quite a bit faster, because that one just feels so strong and impactful. The huge fire rate plus the spiral pattern making it a lot easier to hit random stuff with it.
The scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got a swoon incoming.
We'll let the bugs soften those up and come back to them a bit later, I think.
Supply pod LZ is full of crap. Please clear it out.
Those would all unlock medium, although you can get freezing stuff on those. Don't really want that. Cryo grenade is fine. Piercing, yes, I do want that a lot for this build. It doesn't work on these two, but it works on the main weapon that's getting close to level 18 already. Reload, I'll take a blue HP. The Recon Scout actually does have great survivability if you have enough like HP and armor to take a few hits to even out the dodge chance a bit. 35% is actually over a 50% effective HP increase, I think, as long as you're not getting dead before it triggers any. Let's go grab that gold that they were softening up for me before I forget about it. Potency, yup. Another shell bag. Let's see if we can get some good shots on him when they're easy to line up. Piercing makes it a lot easier to hit that as well. I'll probably take a blue to help us out with the elites here a bit. Nice little speed burst, might be able to make it to some of the rocks over here. Get a good position on those. Okay, nice chunk on him. We can farm the flyer for a while. Damage. We're just gonna take the reload for the main weapon here. And we can get some nice AoE farming with those guys. I'll take a bit more mining since that's just damage. Potency, yup. We probably should get a little bit more damage on the flyer so he doesn't stay too healthy once they're ramped up fire rate. Fantastic. Clear these out so I have a bit more room to move around. Status is pretty bad, we'll get some more mining speed. Fire rate into the level 18. I think I will go ahead and lock that in and grab the death spiral so we can freeze everything. I'll take a reload for that. Paint job, it is kind of low, so it's not bad. Bit of movement. I'll take a bit more armor over just plain damage. Reload is fine, we can use it on that actually. That's a lot of bugs that we're applying a lot of status effects to, and I'm not feeling any FPS effects right now. Let's reroll that, I guess. Reload, yeah, that's pretty solid. Supposedly the Shredder Swarm Grenade actually works pretty well now, also with the improvements. Going to have to try that out at some point. Reload for the crossbow. Big XP gain, don't mind if I do right here. Potency, potency. We'll get the levels on that so we can try to make that fire in a Nova as well. Decent reload into an overclock, nice. Got the huge stat increase for it. Reload into an overclock. Third stage, we can still get some pretty good value. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the greed. Fire rate, definitely. We don't really need any of these, and we're kind of light on gold right now. Piercing, definitely. A lot of good stuff here.
It's for me.
I think I'm going to pass on that because it's so expensive for one level. But I definitely want this fire rate on the main weapon. And then maybe one reroll.
On this one.
Fire rates, that's cheap, I will take. A bit more mining speed.
Your mission is clear. Get to it.
Big crit chance. There's nothing great there anyways, may as well. We do need a few damage upgrades just to have enough to actually kill the bosses and elites anyways.
The swarm is heading your way. Load up.
We have plenty of rerolls here. I definitely want to look for some resource scanners now that we have the cryo grenade thing locked in with the TNT mining. But weapon box could get me some more freezing weapons. We did get the cryo cannon. Okay, that works. Does that do anything bad? It's a heavy beam weapon? I don't think so. More freezing, not bad.
The scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got a swarm incoming.
Big XP? I guess we'll do it since we can stall a pretty long time.
Objective completed. Big swarm detected. Lock up and get ready.
So we need the overclock on the plasma charger, and then that's 5 freezing weapons, yep. I don't think there's that many stable overclocks, so we should have a pretty good chance of hitting that, I think. I don't really like the areas with a huge, like, impassable terrain in the middle, since you can easily get stuck on those and trapped there. Let's see if we can find a better spot to run around and kite them. Take their reload on that since it's higher. I didn't even see what elites were. Okay, slasher times 2 it looks like. These just aren't moving much with all the freezes. We'll get a bit of damage with some of the detonators dying near them maybe. And then we'll kite around and farm a ton of XP with those nice rarity upgrades for the XP. Don't really care about damage, we'll get some more pickup, more XP. And now we chillin'. Fire rate is fine. Luck will probably pay off more this early on. Fortunately, we haven't really been finding any magnets for the run. Reload does work. Let's get a bit more pickup early on. I think we'll have plenty of reload speed. We have the weapon box, so we have some very good artifact potential for reload speed with the turbo encabulator and the multi-tool available to scale up higher now.
The clock's ticking, Miner. Get it wrapped up.
We'll get a little bit more HP.
Well done. Objective completed. Drop pod has arrived. Get there now. It will leave without you.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how much better the game runs now. That's so many numbers, and we're actually fine right here. I think we can still scale up to a point where we can make the game lag out a lot, but we can still go ways longer, I think.
Stage 3 completed. Taking you to stage 4. You did good work, Miner.
Don't really care. Maybe a little bit of armor. Some movements. Nah. Fire rates, reload, weapon range. We can grab both of those. Fire rates, yes. We only have enough for one of these. Let's go with a paint job here since that's pretty low on levels.
Load up and get going, Miner. We have quotas to fulfill.
Oh man, my third weapon is actually extremely low on levels. Oh, what did we get on that? Frostburn, okay. I could really use a nitro scanner to level up all 5 of these weapons a bit more.
Get ready. They'll be with you shortly.
I guess global damage?
Objective completed. Excellent job. A swarm is heading your way. Load up.
Are we gonna get a supply pod anytime soon here?
Clear it out.
Taking forever to send that one down. Come on, Nitra Scanner! Chemist! I really want a scanner if possible. Nope. Nope. Shield belts. 15 stacks, yes. We are at 24, and that goes up to 86%. Although we have even less nitra for weapon levels. RIP. I probably could use a purple damage. It actually is lagging a decent amount now with that many bugs. Try and keep them in the cryo beam for some extra burning damage as well. Then I guess we can go for the rocks when he's right there. That's a lot of detonators. Not really. Oh, I guess we are now with all those detonators. Holy. Nice reload. Big damage, but I don't really care. We're gonna try and push the levels a bit on some of the lower stuff. We might have to try and sneak around over here, actually. Big pickup, that's actually pretty solid right here. We'll take that for the level, and then try and go through right as they get frozen, so we don't take too much damage.
Stage 4 is done. Onwards to stage 5 we go.
Probably look for a paint job with the limited nitra here. Reload is okay, probably not. I guess I'll take a reload on that. Not really anything super fun. We'll grab a little bit of damage and movement.
This is the big one, Miner. Find and destroy the cocoons and take out that Dreadnought.
The single target damage actually is pretty low. Actually, the AoE is pretty low as well. But especially against the boss here, I think we might have to try and drop some of the rocks on them if possible. Just to actually kill them in time before they ramp up too much. I'm gonna take a level here, I think, if they're pretty close. The first magnet I get is kind of wasted. Gold scanner, we can get fire rate, reload speed. I think that's about it. But it does help a little bit with freezing. Luck or potency? Stage 5? We'll go a bit more luck. Alright, he's about to come out. Let's see if we can get some rocks going. Directly on top of him, 0 damage. Great starts. I'm gonna wait for the charge here and then go for it. Or he's going to knock it down on top of himself for a little bit of damage. And then we are going to need a lot more of those. Try and keep the cryo beam on him for the extra burn stacks at least. There's a few over here. I think they're kind of low from the cryo grenade, so I'm going to try and bait out one more charge before going for them. Potency. We have a decent amount of mining speed, and maybe that'll bring me close to 18. I'm not sure if we can pull him through some detonators, but that would help a little bit. I need to kill them right as he runs on top of them, though. That's so many bugs. Level 18, and we can get the Nova effect. That might actually be better. We could really use some help with the boss, and since that focuses the boss, I think I probably do need to take that, so we have a chance of killing him here. Try and pull them through some of the detonators here now if we can. And I guess just get some massive crossbow shots on them for some AoE farming. I guess some more pickup radius. Yeah, seems like we probably did need the all bolt types to have enough to kill him, since this is gonna get pretty close towards the end. But he's low enough now we can go for some of the XP. Sure.
Gotta move it, miner. Dreadnought wiped out. Good work, team. Objective complete. Drop pod has arrived. Get there before the timer runs out. The drop pod is not going to hang around.
Do I want more armor? We'll go for a lot of XP. That's a lot of bugs. Can we go through right as they get frozen? Kind of. I don't really have that many resources, I guess a bit of global damage here.
Keep it together.
Too expensive for one level, I think, and reload's one of the weaker stats on that. We'll get a bit of reloads. Paint shop to help that one out.
I want another go.
Potency would get a second overclock here. No triple, so I guess we'll take some explosion radius here.
This one almost makes it too easy. Show me more.
Potency. I think I'm gonna look for some levels on these three. They really need some help, especially the plasma charger. Potency, we can grab both of those, and +1 beams here. Reloads. More reload. I guess.
Work harder.
That's work to be done. Up and at 'em, miner.
When a damn box starts feeling unsettled, you know it's time to quit.
The scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got a swarm incoming. Exemplary work. You've achieved your objective in a record time. Supply pod active. Locate the LZ and prep it for landing. Big swarm detected. Lock 'em and get ready.
I guess we can do it for the ultimate freeze builds. I think Chemist is better, but if I don't take it here, when else am I gonna take it? 5 freezing weapons plus a belt on top of that.
I needed that.
connected. Lock up and get ready.
Well, we still need the overclocks on the plasma charger. But one day on stage 9, we will have 5 freezing weapons and a belt. Magnet, but I have so much pickup range I can't even avoid it now. Fire rate, yeah, we have a ton of armor, and damage on the cryo cannon just doesn't really do a whole lot. Oh yeah, we definitely have some FPS issues now. Let's try and stop him next to the rocks here and try and delete the shellback because they are super annoying.
See my scanner. But I advise that you move, miner.
Oh, there's 2 of them, aren't there, since we got one of them pretty low there? Can at least hit basically everything now with all the rocks cleared out.
Threat level increasing.
Yeah, I guess we'll try and go for the rocks here on the healthy one then. I don't know if I can really... Maybe if he bounces off them, nope. That's a lot of bugs. Piercing, yeah, we should probably take that. Fire rate for those 3. More piercing for the main weapon. Okay, let's turn damage numbers off. That's getting too silly now.
Gotta move on. It's getting worse down there.
Try and stay on top of him so more of the spirals hit him. And we can keep the cryo beam on him at the same time for a little bit. Reload for 2 of them. I guess that's worth it.
My scanner is overloading, miner. Gotta move on.
We do need a lot more on the shellback actually. Let's try and focus them down now.
You're really pissing off the bugs. They're getting angrier.
Yes, they are. I guess we'll take a bit more. That is one of the better single target weapons here with the triple shot that we took earlier, so it is pretty helpful dealing with the elites and bosses and all. Oh god, the lag! We definitely have some performance issues here. They are a lot better than they used to be, though, so props where they are due.
Keep pushing, miner. Stage 7 is next.
Paint job for the levels. Ooh, grab the reload speed, and we got the slowing effect on that, so now we... Wow, I got the black screen bug like 5 times in a row. I can't see anything here. I guess we're...
I'm a new dwarf.
buying some random stuff and then trying to find the continue button. But unfortunately 178 gold, so it looks like that was mostly nitro stuff. But we did get the most important thing, cold plasma, so 5 freezing weapons and a belt. And I went Ultra Instinct for some reason. My dwarf is frozen now as well.
Swarm detected. Get ready. We'll be with you shortly. Objective completed.
Yes.
Big swarm detected. Lock up and get ready.
Oh, I almost knocked him into me there.
Bloody hell, you're hot to kill.
Big swarm detected. Lock up and get ready.
I die a little inside every time I have to take out. Say hello to my little friend.
Supply pod active. Locate the LZ and prep it for landing.
Yay, no shellbacks, we can freeze them all.
Good work. There's a resupply on the way.
We can go Encabulator with the weapon box. It's not too bad since we have the mining on the cryo grenades. Gold tips is pretty solid as well, but more reload speed.
My whole life better.
Fire rate for 3 of them.
Dwarf, don't die. Red sugar. Think you can kill me? Think again.
Grenades aren't really that strong since we went all for the projectile stuff, though.
They're getting angrier.
Reload. I think fire rate will probably be better if we're at 0.14 seconds. And we have a ton from artifacts with the multi-tool Encabulator weapon box combo.
Power, hunger. No one before.
They're everywhere. Move out, miner. Get it over with.
Let's get the level here then, so that we can try and get the maximum encabulator value eventually.
Threat level increasing. Drop pod has arrived.
Then let's try and go through the smallest path here,
Not going to hang around.
just in case some of them come unfrozen as I'm walking through. That's a lot of bugs.
Get yourself onto that drop pod. It's about to head out. Stage 7 done and dusted. Taking you to stage 8.
I don't think we need any of these. I guess we do have a ton of gold, so I may as well take a bit of damage.
What else?
Fire rate is useful. Paint job will help get the overclocks. Don't really need that too much, but since we have a ton of gold, I'll grab some. Global's fine.
What else?
Fire rate is fun.
You don't see
Looking
these
for the
every
other
day?
stats like reload and potency for that. We'll get a bit of crits, may as well with all the gold. Piercing, definitely.
Pick one of these.
Do I want the fire rate as well? Yes, I do.
Gonna go with this. Gonna roll the dice on this one.
Man, right after we spend all of it. And piercing too.
Next.
Uh,
I rarely pick one of these.
not really a lot of the global stats for gold, like fire rate that I'm looking for there.
I hate this damn planet.
You know, I wonder if there should be a global piercing stat upgrade for gold now, for projectile weapons, since the new map has a lot of enemies that are very hard to kill or very hard to hit, with the wardens buffing them all. I've had a few struggle runs with projectile weapons that don't really have a ton of base piercing there, where you just can't really hit the important enemies, it feels like. Might help a little bit, not really sure.
Big swarm detected. Buggerman, get ready.
Potency, yes.
I killed the loot bug, and I'm not so proud about it.
Objective completed. Big swarm detected. Buggerman, get ready.
Finally, a magnet that I might be able to use.
We got too much fluff on the supply pod to land. Do something.
They aren't even trying to get to me anymore, are they? I think I'm gonna pick up the magnet if I go directly for the nitra there, so we're gonna try and throw some grenades, kill some detonators on top of it, and then try and swing around for the supply pod hopefully at some point. Just hope we're freezing stuff and don't take too much damage. And it seems to be working. Oh, we can actually squash that guy, I think.
Here we go. Prepare for it.
Nice. Hate those guys. We can grab the potency now. Reload, we can bring that one level away. Man, a nitro scanner would have been so nice for this run. Can't really complain with a 5th freezing weapon from the weapon box, though. That's pretty lucky already.
Forever, miner. Being counted on your friends.
You shouldn't need precious minerals.
Gotta
It
move
will
on.
get
It's
you
getting
killed.
worse down there.
Die free. One down.
Reload, need the levels there extremely badly. My 3rd weapon is level 7. And I'm actually pretty high level with all the XP stats as well.
Threat level increasing.
Alright, let's go ahead and probably end this now. They're getting very close. And it's also lagging pretty bad.
Dwarves don't die.
Potency, yup.
The upgrade I was looking
Satisfied. The drop pod is arriving. Get moving. It won't hang around.
for. Say hello to my little friend.
Gather up your beard and get onto that drop pod. It's about to leave.
Meet your maker,
Station 9 is
Drake.
next. Keep it together.
Paint job would waste a level. We can just grab something else.
I rarely go for this one.
I guess we may as well since I have so much gold. I want the fire rate there, and I'm gonna take it.
Next,
Potency, we can take that.
let's shake it up. I
May as
want it.
well since we have so much gold. Reload, we can finish that off. Let's see, I guess probably the +3 beams. Make that always hit everything that's even remotely close to me. We can grab some reload for that.
What else we got?
Bit of damage since it's the final level.
Nothing for me here.
Ooh, we missed the fire rate. Rip. Crit chance. Oh wait, no, that's stage 9.
Load up and get
I
going.
don't know what I'm thinking. I guess the run's just so long because my damage is low and we're freezing everything. It felt like we should be on stage 10 at this point.
I'm so ready to quit this job and move on. Trying to escape a dwarf who wants your precious minerals.
Nitro powder, yeah, that'll help with the bosses. Make it slightly more likely to get something cool in the pool as well. Although I think we have basically everything for artifacts. We got the weapon box plus the 2 that combo with that. We got the potency. We got the freezing belt. We got the piercing. Oh, ammo rig for the 50% fire rate on projectiles would be really sweet.
Big swoon detected. Buggerman, get ready.
Hello and goodbye.
I'm gonna take some damage, try and finish that off.
Big swarm detected. Buggerman, get ready. Fly pod cleared. Impact. Swarm detected. Get ready.
Bit late on that. Pickled Nitro. We could use some damage for the boss, I suppose. Probably should grab that. Reloads. That one's still fairly slow even with the artifacts, right? 0.52. It's not terrible. I think the base reload on it is something like 4 or 5 seconds, which is pretty insane.
The bugs aren't appreciating your presence, miner. Get the lead out.
I'm not scared of you!
Threat level keeps increasing. You need to work faster.
Bring it, Beckers! Die, monsters!
All tasks complete. Stage finished. The drop pod is prepped and ready. Get on it before it leaves.
Feeling much better.
Cold damage.
Bring the fire!
That elite never stood a chance. I will see to it there is a
Okay, now we're on stage 10.
if you make it back.
Paint job would waste a level. Take some damage with the gold. Potency for that. I don't think we're going to get 18 on that, and it's only my 3rd weapon too.
Bingo! Let's shake it up!
Potency, we can finish that, and that's a cool stat for it. We'll take the explosion radius, reload speed, damage.
Nothing for me here. Let's try
Bit late for
again.
luck. Can't really grab that now. Some more reloads.
Vision.
And that's about all.
Here we go. You've found the Dreadnought. Now you just need to make it come out of hibernation by destroying the cocoons. Show them what a single dwarf can do.
we can find one more decent damage artifact on the supply pod here, then I think the boss won't really be an issue. And there's a lot of options left since we took some weird stuff. Fire rate or potency. The acid and electrical should give some pretty good damage to the other weapons as well, so we'll go with that. Can get ammo rig, gold tipped bullets, I guess energy bars, although I would lose a lot of HP. A nitrous scanner actually would still be decent damage since we have the two nitrous scalers. And the grenade to mine for us. But none of those do any damage here. Ammo rig. Oh, pay to win. That would be 90 plus 18, 108. But I could have more freezing.
Epic upgrade. That's a no-brainer. See you in hell.
Man, the crossbow is going nuts with all the fire rate and reload speed. I probably need to stay really far away because I'm so slow. Give me slightly more dodge time. Yeah, more freezing, may as well. What just happened? What? He just skated up on out of here. What is going on? The ultimate freeze build causes the boss to ice skate out of the arena and just instantly wins. We've done it, boys. There will never be a better freezing build.
Gather up your spears and get onto that drop pod. It's about to leave.
I did want to take the Nova effect for the unstable here, but I think we did end up needing that. It came in at a very important time right on the first boss that we were struggling with, and the extra single target was very helpful. Zukov, of course, is nuts, and we got the ideal overclocks for that. Massive stats, cold conversion, spiral. We did get the cold on that, but it came fairly late, and we unfortunately didn't get the other two overclocks that would have given us more damage and reload speed off of that. But we got very lucky with a 5th freezing weapon, and some decent overclocks for that, so that gave us a ton of reload speed, some decent damage with the full weapon box suite. 461% global damage, 275% reload speeds, 128% XP. Got some pretty good freezing based stuff, gold scanner to buy some extra upgrades, piercing to hit a lot of extra enemies, double nitrous scaling towards the end to help us out with the boss damage, even though we apparently didn't even need it because we froze him so hard it didn't even matter. $113 million cryo damage total, 22.8 million stacks on the Bolt Shark. Wonder if that would have been higher with the Nova effects. We did get a lot of stacks when we were aiming at the boss with that, and there were a bunch of bugs stacked up behind him on stage 5. And we were shooting right through all of them since it has a base of 50 piercing plus the artifact. 3.2 on the cryo grenade, 5.3 on the Zukov. Let's see, we had 5.7 burning from just that, I think. We didn't have any other sources of that. Not too bad. The performance issues actually weren't bad at all, considering the insane number of bugs and hits that I was doing to them. Was the Bolt Shark the only electrical and acid? That's a crazy amount of damage for it. Yeah, there's no other sources of that. It's 112 million damage on it? That's crazy. Whoa! We went all in on light weapons too. With all that reload speed for that and the plasma charger. That's an insane amount of damage. There's no other electrical or acid, right? That's crazy. Wow, the Bull Shark did a ton there. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.